You're watching Let's Chat.
As always, just about every weekend here in Chattanooga, at least for the past several weeks, we've had some incredible music under the umbrella of Chattanooga Unite. We're going to tell you about some of the great acts you'll be able to see this weekend and answer a couple of pretty important questions. Joining us now is Dixie, Jim, Joe Bob, Robert, Hostley, Burns, Fuller.
Oh,
we're going to get the
how
questions.
you doing, Chip?
I'm doing good, Dixie. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing great.
Got an email when I got into work this morning that said, "Dear Chip, why do you keep calling Dixie, Jim, Joe Bob, Robert, Hostley, Burns, Fuller?" So I said, that's obvious, because Dixie, Jim, Joe Bob, Robert, Hostley, Burns, Fuller, Springsteen was already taken. So
that's right.
That's the hidden secret. That is the untold story. Hey, my friend, how are you?
I'm doing great. You know, we've been doing interviews since 86, 87.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, it has.
And
yeah,
I love doing each and every one with you. You never
that's a lot of fun.
You never know which direction Dixie and I are going to go, which fork in the road we're going to take. But we are going to take the road this weekend about some really great music. One of my personal favorites, Tim Lewis, is going to be there to kick things off, right?
Yep, Tim Lewis is going to be at 7, Hatcher Phillips Band at 8, and one of my personal favorites, Jason D. Williams, he'll be on at 9 o'clock.
Man, that's going to be, and that kind of covers really 90% of the music spectrum. Tim's talented guitarist and vocalist, and he should be tweeting and Facebooking about this right now, because you know he's all over social media. So Tim, hop to it.
You better believe it.
You may have seen Tim perform at a number of venues around town, including the Pup Tent. There's a couple of other places that Tim frequents, and he's actually been able to get out and do his craft while the pandemic has been going on. So, Tim, look forward to seeing you coming up 7 o'clock at the Riverpark. Now, I'm not as familiar with the Hatcher Phillips Band, but I know you are. Yeah,
it's Chris Phillips. He's a guitar player for Overland Express, and he's put together this little program with Paul Hatcher, and it's a really cool thing. It's a duo kind of thing, but there's all kinds of neat guitar work in there, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
And they're doing covers from the Allman Brothers, and we're not talking just the stuff you hear on the radio. We're talking stuff that's kind of obscure and goes back a long, long ways. They're doing a lot of blues, a lot of Beatles. I mean, out of that, what's not to like?
These guys are buffs. They like to go back and find really cool stuff that we want to hear, you know. And so it'll be good, it'll be very good, and nicely presented.
I've heard one of the songs that they may be working on, and I heard this a couple of weeks ago, and it's probably 40 years old, but do you remember Loan Me a Dime by Boz Scaggs and Duane Allman?
Oh, heck yeah, man.
What?
I was just listening to that the other day. You know, we had Boz Scaggs at Riverbend a few years back.
I do know.
And man,
I do know.
I like him.
And that was because of you. You had
you betcha.
You had him and the Boys of Summer, which was Boz Scaggs,
and then Don Felder.
Don Henley, wasn't it?
It's Don Felder.
Don Felder, okay.
And he was the Eagle that wrote most of Hotel California.
Yep, you were correct. So. Jason D. Williams. Now, when Jason D. Williams was performing with the Scorchers, he was incredible then, and that's 20 years ago, maybe?
This kid is incredible. He and I've got history. The first show that I did with him in Nashville, you don't want to rent him a piano and be responsible for it.
You don't want to rent him a what now?
A piano. You don't want to rent him a piano and be responsible.
He has a kind of Jerry Lee Lewis-ish reputation. Is no telling what you're going to see.
Unbelievable. It's incredible. I mean, from the very first note, he's on fire. And if you haven't seen him, you got to come and see this guy.
Talking about going 0 to 60 in less than 2 seconds. He is single-handedly one of the finest piano players I've ever seen. And a piano player doesn't do it justice. You know, he is.
Yeah, no, man.
Now,
he's incredible.
Is he bringing a whole band with him, or do you know?
Oh yeah, he'll have an entire band. I mean, there's just boogie blues, and you know, he's quite an accomplished classical player too. So
is he really?
Yes. Oh gosh, I mean he's incredible. If you, a lot of times at sound check, okay, guys. A lot of times at sound check, he'll do that. He'll rehearse with that kind of,
Wow.
and that's really cool.
Well, I'll tell you what, I
It is
think you've
fun.
lined up 3 dynamite acts for this weekend. Very quickly,
Yeah.
Dixie, the doors open at what time?
Well, we're going to be there from 4 o'clock on. We'll have a couple of youth acts early. I'm not sure exactly who those are going to be. They bring them to me, and we play them, and they're fabulous. And then the big kids' music starts at 7.
Big Kids Music starts at 7.
Right.
Tim Lewis will kick things off, followed by the Hatcher Phillips Band. Jason D. Williams, 9
You bet,
o'clock.
man.
Wow.
Got
That's going to be
beer,
a scorcher of a
food
show,
trucks,
buddy.
socially distanced.
Socially
The crowds are
distancing.
getting better.
You guys have
Bring
got
the
this
dogs.
down to a fine art and a fine science. Dixie Fuller, you are the man,
Thanks.
without a doubt.
Chip, I love you, buddy.
Love you too, my friend. I will see you very, very soon. I will talk to you in just a few minutes. We're
Okay,
back
buddy.
with more of Let's Chat coming up right after this.